All right, we should be live. We're gonna make a game. So, this is Game Maker. Last year, I spent maybe a week playing with this, doing a partial demo of a deck builder, and I've decided I want to get a Dino project idea I had in my head underway. So I'm gonna muck about with that. So it's gonna take me a second to get back into the flow of things here. All right. Let me pull up. I've got some assets prepared, some really crude shit. Um, all placeholder nonsense. So if I do that, uh-huh. Sorry, you should be here. Yes. Um, where do I rescale this? It's gonna be a really slow start stretch. Okay. Let's just go here to the create a sprite. Maybe we should start a naming scheme. So we've got in-game buttons. We've got an HP bar. We've got the arena background. We've got our incredibly crude baryonics. Oops. Um, no. How do I just go back? Can't delete layer. True. There we go. All right, a couple of basic dino sprites. me goofing around with image editing stuff. Current frame 1. So let's try and figure out some frames. How do I add frames? Add broadcast message. I've never, so in everything I did, none of that was with actual frames. What if I just import a batch? Importing files to Sprite. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay. Frames 1 of 3. Okay. Okay. This is my crude placeholder for the idea of an attack animation. So FPS 30. What if we do FPS 3? Okay. That works for placeholder. Cool. Interesting. Okay, so that's scaled. I assume that we'll just replace the background. So we need to make some objects. Object number 1. An enemy. Object number 2. I guess we'll just call it the player controlled thing. Sprite for the player will be the Carno. Sprite for the enemy will be the Baryonyx to start with. 1280 by, yeah, so these are not scaled. True. Edit sprite. That just sends me to this. Current preview. Why does that? Oh, here. Yeah. What if we make them say 400 tall? And this one's no. There we go. Yeah, this one's particularly big. Yeah. All right. Back to the room. Can I not have you start that far off the screen? There we go. I mean, it's not very far. Okay, so you are currently that big compared to the background image. Sure. So let's do. Sorry, how do I? Yeah. Okay, so if we run, that's a workable size. So we just need to shrink the sprite down more. Maybe 100 tall on the sprite. Okay, those are pretty pixelated. I think you can rescale. It's re-import. Oops. Turn these to their native resolution. There should be, if we go to create, we'll do visual till I need to start doing code. Drawing. Draw self. Don't remember. I'm going to check my other project real quick for syntax. So I can just clone what I did before. So, sprite 300 by 420, O axis space. Sprite is S axis space. With the sprite, this is 300 by 420. Set sprite. Yes. I know I have resizing in here somewhere. I just want to I need that. Image.x scale, image.y scale. That's what I'm looking for right there. So is this resizing? So that's the horizontal scaling to be applied to the sprite in the current instance. Yeah. Image. We'll probably be flipping back and forth between the old project and the new one a lot. until I get back into the swing of things here on Game Maker. I feel like I should have some sort of background music, but I don't know what to put on. Okay, there we go. Wait, why did the room not save? Oh, it did. Just kidding. It just, the preview doesn't show anything. So yeah, we need to scale these initially to start. 445, and you're the big one. 445 on height. Why don't we just scale these to 400 like we did before? 400 wasn't bad. Convert to GML code. Image.x scale 0.25. Let's do here. Okay, well that still shows as big here. Does that change if I run it? Yes. Great. Cool. It's good that it shrinks it down when I run it. So the question is, why is it so big? If I scale it, now is it really tiny? No. Yes, kind of. Oh, it's because it's the create event trigger. Yeah. It's not being created if it's already in the room. Draw? What if we do it as a draw event? Oh my god, why is the fucking sun gotta be coming in my window now? Fucker. Yeah, so he's tiny, he's way up there, because he's being anchored to the corner. So that should be working then. Both of these seem to be working. So they anchor to the upper corner. So if I want you to start, say, here, and then you to start, say, there. Okay, they're like dramatically different sizes currently. Oh yeah, these are 2.5. So I don't know exactly if one is better than the other. Baryonyx is 25 to 33 feet long. They're essentially the same length. Barry's maybe a little longer with the tail. So if I am curious now, if I just rescale this, make him big, what does that do? So that just moves him up there. Okay. So the scaling here for the preview doesn't matter. Oops. Jesus. So I can just scale these to a convenient size. Spending too much time tinkering with placement here. It doesn't really matter that much. So part of the problem here is probably the fact that like these placeholder sprites are not really scaled the same in terms of their white space. So let's do this. Let's go back to this one. Let's reload. Fuck. Let's reload the Carno to reset his size. Let's scale him to be like height. Let's start with 600. That's not bad. That's good enough to start with. Okay, positioning of these sprites in the room needs to be slightly adjusted. Actually, too much. Okay, that's a level that I can work with. Um, okay. Starting arena layout works. So, first thing I want to do, I think I wrote a checklist. And then I buried it because I didn't do it the other day when I was going to do it. Let me get a drink ready here. So I want to get movement done first in the arena. So this is the arena where they will be fighting. We're going to write this video game, or rather this vertical slice of the game, from the inside out. So we're going to start with the combat system. And then get that functional, then work on some of the sporting systems outside of that. So on and so forth. That's the idea here. So, let's start with the enemy. So I'm going to try, I've never done movement before. So if we do, I don't know if step is the right place to be. Set direction, set speed. Reverse direction from a list of presets. I think there's like an inherent speed variable. Set direction. Set speed. Let's set this to like 1. And then what happens if we just run this? Here he goes! He's off. Okay, perfect. Set direction. Now if we set direction to 1, that didn't change nothing there. Why does that not change anything? Maybe that doesn't actually dictate the direction. That might be a variable that... Type direction. Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Direction equals 0, speed equals 1. Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. That works. So we can set these guys with a different speed. Let's only focus on the enemy movement for now, but I will go ahead here and just add event, create visual code. Sorry, did I not set this correctly? No, I didn't. That's why I got confused by the interface, because I didn't set this up correctly. Carnotaurus is going to be slightly faster movement speed than the Baryonyx. So, what does speed do? Or direction do? I mean, not speed. We know what speed does. It's how fast they move. But direction... Oh, it's angular. Perfect. Great. Okay. So this will be the AI. I need I need coordinates of the target. We need to get object coordinate. How do you find an object's position? In GameMaker. Let me get my browser to not completely bury chat. Direction equals point direction. Start moving towards a position. I don't need all of that. Just X and Y. Object.x. Is there a print command? Don't remember. Okay. These are green, which means that they are assigned, right? So that works. So X and Y should just be that. Object.x, object.y. I need an example of an if statement in Game Maker because I don't remember how they work exactly. If conditional operators, if expression, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just thinking about what I want to do here for the initial step to make sure I understand how everything is working. So if target coordinate greater than, I don't know how big the window is. We'll do this. I think it's 2 slashes to comment out. Let's just see if this works. So theoretically, he should stop moving. Oh, there he goes. He didn't stop. I need the debug command. What is the thing? Debug event string param. There's like a debug message thing. Show debug log, show debug message. Give me a message that is the X coordinate. Okay, it's ticking down. Oh, no, no, no. I understand what's happening precisely. It is executing the movement continuously for the if. Can I just do while? Is while just a supported thing? Does this just work? Did that crash? What is happening? Okay, that doesn't work, I guess. Okay, what if I do... Whoa. Yeah, okay, I've definitely, made it sad. Holy shit. Oh, that was bad. Don't do while statements, kids. Shit just goes bad. Ah. I am playing with the idea of making a game, yes. Please stop. Please stop. Please abort the code execution. I'm dying. We're consuming a prodigious amount of memory. Has it stopped, though? I think so. Okay, kill the while statement. I should have never even tried to do a while statement. Okay, but we can do this. We do if, else, but then we just kill direction and speed. Actually, let's do this. Direction 0. You should just turn around and go back the other direction. Slide backwards, not walk, like turn around and actually go back in the other direction. He's coming up on 300. Oh, because each time interval it repeats the thing. But we got him to stop, technically. He's actually jittering there, but you can't see it. Let's set this to like 500 here. I need to just get a good sense of the movement systems. Direction 0. I wonder what the best way to do this is. Maybe. So I can think of some ways to do it. The problem is, do I just want to plow ahead with like the first thing that comes to my mind, or do I want to find a better way to do it? All right, let's look up random number generation. Random range, random floating point decimal between blah, blah, blah. Random range. All right, so we pick a number at random. Wait, we'll return. Yeah, I don't want a decimal value though necessarily. Well, whatever. Getting it to not be a decimal is not important. Okay, he's randomly picking forward or backwards per step, which is perfect. I think the window size is 1200. So what I want to do initially is I want to get kind of a random walk thing going on here. So the idea for the game here is it's kind of a dinosaur raising and battling thing. There's a lot more to it, but I don't want to get too much into the idea while I'm just starting out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to build the first iteration of the battle engine and go from there. Hey, Primal Gamer, how's it going? So currently every step of time it is generating a decision to walk forward or backwards at random, which is why he essentially just jitters in place. This is expected. This is what I expected. What I want to do, what I will eventually do is I want to weight the range he moves to by his attack options as well. For now, I want to do something where his current value is weighted. So that if he's going forward, I want him to kind of continue to go forward. And if he's going backwards, he's more likely to continue going backwards. So how do we make that work? How do we convert this random number into that? We could just do a second random number between 0 and 1, which is whether or not he changes direction. That would work. Let's put some comments in here. So change direction. Which direction does he change to? Think we'll do that. Doing some stuff for college. Cool. What are you studying? What's your major? So decision is if he changes direction. So I guess we'll just keep this if statement as this. Is it like this? If and yeah. So currently this will have him be preferentially like backing away, I guess. Let's do this. Let's just flip these. Let's just see how this works in practice before I. Okay, yeah. So he's essentially going forward 75% of the time and going backwards the rest of the time. So this is closer to some interesting behavior. Okay. I had a comment here too. The arena is probably 1200 pixels wide. Art, okay. You're taking a look at my art right there on the screen. This I am not artistically gifted. I just kit bash random fucking Wikipedia images together to make these little gross dinosaur sprites. So if we want to modulate the odds of him turning around, we just adjust the variable range here. So we do something like this. Cool. Okay, so yeah, this is the sort of functionality we need, but we need to do this a cleaner way. So we should have a variable toggle. Let's do this. So forward is 180. So let's just make a variable called forward and call it 180, and then backward is 0. So make that. We just do that. Showing off anatomy drawings. Yeah, I'd say again, as a not artistically gifted person, it seems like learning anatomy would be quite useful if you're trying to draw anything realistic, I would imagine. Let's keep this here. So this is a 25% chance for him to change his mind currently. So let's just comment out this. It's gonna be a lot of me just kind of playing around here, especially in the first stream. Oops. Let's nest another if statement in here. Yeah, I also just don't have the patience to try, which is part of it. If direction is forward, we want to set direction to be backwards because he's changed his mind. Gotta get used to my syntax. I'm always thinking in Python because it's what I use for work. Else condition is the direction being backwards. And then he switches to be forwards. Speed, unit speed never changes. We can bring this back. He's always traveling at his regular speed. And let's make this less likely for him to change his mind. So we'll do 0.9. 10% chance for him to change his mind. Okay, it's starting to feel like he's making sort of decisions there. He's not just arbitrarily bouncing. Cool. So let's set this to 99. A 1% chance of direction change. And there he goes. He's gone. He's out of there. I need to add bounds. Let's go with 5%. All right. This works. Here, we're gonna send him back to 99. Let's make a comment. 95 looks good. At least before we build real AI, having an arbitrary walk direction with just a chance of changing is pretty good. I need to re-enable the debug message so I can see where he is at a given moment. I want to check the length of the room there just so I know it experimentally. So the middle, somewhere around there. Well, now he's not just like, oh, because it's still 95, and then I actually set it to 99. Whoops. Okay, he's disappearing. He's disappearing. But yeah, it's not doing it per step because I need to move the debug message outside of the if statement. So I can see where he actually goes. So he disappears 1300-ish actually. 1300 pixels or so. I could probably actually find out the dimensions of the room. I should probably just do that. 1366. Okay. I don't know why I tried to figure that out experimentally as if it wasn't going to just tell me in the interface. 1366. So we need an inner bound and an outer bound. So outer bound should be 1366. But there should be some difference because I believe the coordinate's going to be the front of the sprite. So if I want his ass to stop at 1366, I need to adjust things a little bit. Why don't we... Yeah, we'll leave this 1366 for now. And this should be like 683. Or 9... Wait, yeah. No. Yes. I'll want some sort of gap probably between the sprites, but for now we'll do these. So this controls him choosing a direction. So we just kind of need another if statement to shut down him crossing those thresholds. So if I just do blank the speed out, maybe? So he'll hit the inner bound, his speed will go to 0. He'll stop moving until he decides to go backwards. No, because his speed will be 0. But if I allow his speed to change once he's made the decision, that should work. And if he exceeds the outer bound, speed also stops. Does that just work? Okay. He's not there yet. Will he ever come back? He's coming back! Yes! Okay, so he disappears at about 1300-ish, actually. So probably the edge of the actual sprite is somewhere over here. Nice. Okay. Let's see if he can get the innermost approach. We'll just watch him here for a bit. Ooh. Ooh. I think he got it. 682. Yeah, he crossed it. Okay. It's working. He cannot cross the midline. He cannot completely escape the screen. Sick. Okay. Let's adjust these. Let's just make this 700 and 1300. That's good enough. Okay. So he random walks back and forth with an arbitrary decision to change direction at, let's put it back to 95%, or 5% chance to change direction. He cannot cross the halfway point. He cannot walk off the edge. Not exactly. So that's his movement. That's the initial first pass at the movement. Great. So the player. So the player unit created with unit speed of 1.25. Add event. Key pressed, keypad. How do I? Letters. Yes. D. Code. Add event. Key pressed. A. WASD movement. Well, just A and D movement, really. Okay, so all we should need to do here is set direction. Wait. This one's 0, right? And this one's 180. And then I need to make him move. What actually made it move? Step, speed, direction. So yeah, all we have to do is set a speed and direction. It should be moving, right? No. Oh, because this is unit speed. This is not actually speed equals unit speed. Yeah. Boom. Boom. Okay, and now if I tap that, okay. So he keeps moving. This is not a while. This is directional movement. It's the wrong directions, by the way, too. But it's a system. We're getting there. Okay. This should be 180. I had a 50% chance of getting it right, and I still got it wrong. Okay. Key. I think I could change this. Key held. Key down. Key down. Letter. Is it key down or key pressed? It's probably key pressed. Key pressed. This is A. Wait, no, I'm already on key pressed. So it's not key pressed. No. So is it key down? Like held down? I have no idea. Whoops. Wait, I thought I was changing this. Oh my god. Delete this. Change event. Key down. A. Okay, key down is no different than key press, as far as I can tell. So he's always moving. We'll just turn this back to a key press. Is there... This might be one of those weird things where Game Maker's not good at it. Uh... Okay, this, I don't know what the discussion here is. Keyboard check? Okay. Let's hold on. Let's think about this. Let's take the debug message. Show debug message, that's what it is. Let's take the debug message. Let's put it into both of these. There's got to be some functional difference here between these two, right? Coding's interesting because, like, everybody thinks it's harder to do than it actually is. It's one of those things where there's like a kind of a threshold of understanding and knowledge you have to get past, and then it's just kind of unfolds to you, at least in my experience. Like, I didn't start programming until I was like maybe 27 or something in college, and I took a course that I put off for the longest time because I was like also intimidated by the idea of programming. And then it turned out to be actually not that bad for me. Like, it may not be the same for you, of course, but it's probably almost certainly not as bad as you're thinking. So key down, letter A. I'm just curious if I can see any functional difference in the timing. Oh, I got to turn off the baryonics as check. Okay, great. No debug messages showing up. So if I tap this, I get 1. If I hold it down, I also only get 1. If I hold the other one down, I get continuous. Okay. The A button one actually is different. So I do want this to be this. Key down is continuous, key press is not. This is actually true. I think the thing is, once you've set direction and speed, these are global variables. They're assigned to the object, so the object keeps these conditions even when the key is not pressed. Which makes sense. Ooh, the other option I could do here is this. Key press D. Now we add an event. We add key up D. This might work too. This actually might be better. So we do key up D. We take all the code from key press D, which is like nothing. We just grab. Actually, I just need to make speed equals 0. That's all I have to do. Never mind. I'm overthinking what I need to put in there. Yeah, because direction change is irrelevant. I just need to set speed to 0. So if we do this, and then I hit D. Oh my god, it works. Wait, that's awesome. I'm controlling that. I'm deciding when he moves. It works perfectly fine. Excellent. Okay, so that's the trick. So this should be key press. Yeah, key press A. Because I don't need the key to be continuously held down. I only need the code to recognize when the key is first pressed down and then raised. That's fine. That's functionally the same if the code is continuously processing the movement. Doesn't matter. Add event, key up A. Key up letters A. Code speed equals 0. Boom. I also do this a lot where every little minor change I make, I tend to habitually test it. Okay, we're controlling the Carnotaurus directly. He moves forward and backwards when we want him to. There is no... Okay, it does get weird if you hit the wrong key before, like if you hit both. But not in a way that's actually a problem. Ah, he's coming for you. And he's exiting stage right. He's just heading off to his home. No, he's coming back. Okay, anyway. Okay, so now we need to implement the stage limits as well. So we need to stop him at 0 and 600. So if he is going... Yeah, so we just do this. Key press D, direction. All this has to go inside an if statement. If x coordinate is below 600, you can do these commands. Otherwise, do nothing. And then for key press A, yeah, it has to be greater than 0. If x coordinate is greater than 0, if x coordinate is less than 600. Less than 600, you can go that way. If it's greater than 0, you can go that way, yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, hold on. I know the problem. Yeah. So I can exceed the bounds while holding the key down. Yeah, and then he stops and can't move any further when I press the key again. So there is a hiccup there. Okay, so what if I do this? If we add step. Let's close this window. We add event. We add a step event. Code. Okay. If x less than 0. Oops. Speed equals 0. Does this work in the middle of a key press? Fuck yes. That's that easy. All right. This is the other fun thing with coding is when you just like have an idea for how to make something work and you just do it and it just works. It's like the highest high. The amount of high is also connected directly to how long you spent trying to do it some other way and it didn't work. uh, so if x is yes, and then we just do another. We just clone this, but we invert to the 600 coordinate. If x greater than 600, shut that shit off. Okay. Key press A. 0. Okay. So now I should do the same thing. If I walk all the way to the middle of the arena, I should stop. Uh-oh. Oh, no, he stops. Okay. So the issue here is that the middle of the tail, or the edge of the tail here somewhere, is the endpoint. So this sprite has to actually stop sooner than this one does. This is not that important, but we'll fix it. Do 500. Yeah, I gotta remember that they're anchored to like the left-hand side. Okay, that's still probably too far over. Okay, let's find 0. So right now the end of his tail is at 0. That's perfect. Uh-oh. I can't move him anymore. Why does tapping D not enable movement? Okay, we'll investigate that in a second. I just want to see where he ends up on the far side. There. That's also probably pretty good. So 0 to 400. As a move range is not too bad. And the berry would go to 600. So the berry's range should ideally be like 600 to 1,000 maybe. Let's tinker with the berry real quick. Let's get him to 999 or 99. Inner bound set to 700 currently. Not exactly Pokemon-esque. It's not the most different analogy you could make, but a little different. It'll be pseudo real-time battles. Like if you want the actual analogy to what it's most like, it would be most like Monster Rancher. Okay, so he found his outer bound there, and he stopped moving. That was an okay distance. I'm now at my inner bound. I want to see what happens if he reaches the inner bound to get a sense of where their distance is. Okay, so that's his inner bound. I think that's okay. I think that's good enough for the demo. I could go a little further in, maybe. But we're not going to mess with it. Okay, I'm actually going to be right back real quick. Be back in a minute. So the idea more is that you'll be like breeding and training different dinosaurs to enter into tournaments. And you have to progress through tournament brackets to like win tournaments for money and stuff. Taking a lot of framework from Monster Rancher. Okay, so why were we not able to move when we were negative? Key press D. X is below 600. Speed equals unit speed. Direction equals 0. Wait, hold on. So I hit A to go backwards. Speed locks to 0. I can no longer move. I hit D to go forward, and I can't. So why is that? X is below 600. So this should set my direction to be 0. And this should make my speed be a speed again. And it does work when I go this way. So why does it not work here? I think I know why. Because I think the step is happening too quickly for me to escape. That's got to be it. So how do I make it so that I know how to do this? I know how to do it. Direction. If X is less than 0 and direction equals, wait, which one's which? Direction 0, key press is D. Key press is A, direction is 180. So this should be 180, right? There's a little more to the game as well than what I've just described, but I don't want to get into that stuff quite yet. So I walk backwards, I lock into place. I can no longer go backwards. I can go forwards now. Yes. Okay, so it only forces my speed to 0 if I'm trying to walk backwards when I'm at the left edge. And presumably now when I reach the right edge, the middle of the screen, speed sets to 0. I can no longer go right, but I can go left. Perfect. Okay, movement's done. Since when has this been a thing? What, me making a game? Since today. I've been working on the design docs for this game in earnest for like 4 months, but I've had a lot of ideas floating around for years. This is the first day actually programming anything. And I started tinkering with Game Maker on Christmas vacation last year. With a different project, which I am not abandoning, but I am putting by the wayside. Because the first project I started in Game Maker was IP based. I was working on an alien game, and so I decided I should probably actually work on something I could monetize. No, this is more like Monster Rancher. So the way Monster Rancher games work, right? You are raising a creature to put into tournaments to earn money and renown. So they're a vaguely like fighting games like Primal Rage, except they're more RPG centric than they are like RPG centric in that you like build up your character with attacks and stats than they are like, fast button entry type stuff like a fighting game usually is. They're fighting game adjacent a little bit in the combat system though. So that's why I've coded out this little movement system, and then we'll have a attacks going in next, and HP bars and stuff. So it'll be so fundamentally the difference between like the Monster Rancher combat system and something like Primal Rage is a fighting game like Primal Rage. You would have buttons that you would push to input your attacks, whereas this will be more of an RPG style. Select the attack button to perform the attack. There'll be no like combos, but it will still be like real time. Maybe a little bit like Fossil Fighters. I honestly don't remember the Fossil Fighters combat system exactly. Um, I did play the first Fossil Fighters a little bit like a year ago, but I kind of forgot everything about it. Didn't really click with me. All right, so let's pop back to our room here. So this is our little action bar button. Cancel that. Sorry, we need to make an object. Create object. All right, so that's our attack button. I have all the lore worked out. I don't want to get into the lore though until I have more of the game made. But I'm pretty happy with the concept, um, lore wise. All right, so let's see where this looks when we actually run it. Okay, so plenty of space there. Little cluttered currently, but I think ideally we would have something a little cleaner looking here. Any limits on the animals I want to add? Yeah, there are limits. So currently my thought process is this is one sticking point. So my current thought process is I'm going to break the game up into weight classes. So there'll be lightweight tournaments and heavyweight tournaments. So if you want to do a heavyweight tournament, you got to enter something like a Carnotaurus or a Baryonyx, whereas a lightweight tournament would be like a Deinonychus or like a Gallimimus or something. And those will be the two size classes. So there won't be like playable compies or anything like that. Um, Probably nothing smaller than like a Deinonychus or something. I kind of got to put Velociraptor in there. So maybe Velociraptor's like the lowest size limit, Turkey-ish. I don't know. Remains to be seen exactly what I do there. I'm also not really planning on expanding beyond dinosaurs in any way. Um, Mostly, for one, I'm not sure. I don't have an implementation for like how I would even make a pterosaur work. Um, no, I don't think there's any need for a middleweight. I think just dividing it in two is enough. I'm not completely sure in practice if the weight class system is even gonna feel good. So I don't want to do any further subdivisions at this time. All right, so there's the user attack buttons as they stand. Let's get some HP bars going. So these are the green bars. Duplicate. Add event, create, code. Let's just do HP equals 100 for now. We'll just hard code the stats until the stat system is actually done. Yep, they will have their own move system. So I'll explain the move system in a second when I check the layout of the HP bars. Back to the room. Enemy HP, player HP. So these will be your attacks. So attacks are going to have long range, mid range, and short range. So depending on the position of you versus the enemy, it'll determine which column of attacks are active. Attacks can belong to multiple columns. So you could have an attack, for example, that is long range, mid range, and short range. So it would take up all the slots. So you have to like put together your set of attacks on your particular dinosaur. And then there's going to be a resource system where you need to have the points that the attack costs to use it. And there's also going to be cooldowns on attacks. So there'll be essentially two resource systems interacting. You'll need to have some points that you build up over time during the round, and then cooldowns for each individual attack. So if you do have an attack that takes up 3 slots, it'll have one singular cooldown for all 3 slots. So the give and take is that if you have an attack that works at any range, well, you're locking in 3 of your 9 attack slots into a single move that will have a single cooldown. So there'll be some give and take with how you want to customize your move sets. That's the idea, at least. What I want to do is make like a vertical slice. So I want to get a little bit. I want to get like the training camp thing set up, and then I want to get a playable battle. And so I want you to. I want to get a playable crude version of the game where you can spend a few weeks training your dinosaur up and then go fight the enemy dinosaur in a battle and like actually, change the outcome a little bit depending on what you do just to get a feel for the combat. No, you cannot move to the enemy side of the field. We have it currently coded where if you try to move too far, then your movement freezes and you can only go backwards. Same for him with his random walk cycle. He can't move off the edge of the screen. He can't move past like the rough midway point. Okay, so let's make these HP bars scale now. So let's do add event step. Let's do can I do minus equals in Game Maker? Does that just work? What is the debug message? Show debug message, right? Show debug message HP. So currently the baryonyx should take 1 HP damage per tick. Yep, he very quickly dies. Boom. Let's make this a little slower. The bar doesn't scale yet. I'm just getting it sub 2 scale. That's a little too slow. 0.1 HP loss per tick. No, you will like be like directly biting the opponent, but it's not going to be like so like a bite attack would be probably minimum range. So you would have to be up close in the middle of the arena, basically, and the opponent would also have to be up close, and then you could like do a bite. So that's how that would look. So then I think we can just do, what was the rescale thing? We did it on the sprites. Image X scale. So enemy HP. X scale. We'll just make this HP over 100 currently. And now his HP bar should just progressively shrink. Cool. He's dying. We're winning. Yes, so the way you get dinosaurs will be either through finding them in the wild or through cloning systems. Now his HP goes negative. That's fine, doesn't matter. Training them, you'll be running like a ranch. And your ranch will involve you having training systems for your dinosaurs and food production to keep them fed and whatnot. So that'll be part of the system of the game. You'll have to enter tournaments to earn money to keep your ranch profitable as you're, spending money to keep your food systems going. This is not better than any other game ever currently, but we're getting there. I appreciate the enthusiasm though. Okay, so currently HP bars scale. This works perfectly. So let's just kill this. Boom, boom. So just stepwise rescale the bar to current HP total. So let's do HP 100. Oops. Whoops. Max HP 100. And then here we do current HP over max HP. And that's the image scale. All right, and then for the player health bar, add event step, code, did I copy that? No. I mean, I didn't need a copy if I remembered the variable name for image X scale, but I didn't. HP, max HP equals 100. And eventually these will be unique stats for each animal. For now, we're just going to hard code. So that's fine. All right, attack button, add event. We want a left down on the mouse. Yeah, we'll do just mouse press for now on the attack buttons. Oh, the sprites are hideous. They're just kit bashed out of Wikipedia images. They're everything you see on screen, everything here is a placeholder. This background is stolen from Google. These images are stolen from Wikipedia. These green and red bars I made in 2 seconds in Paint. Like, none of this would be in the real game. Like, if the real game ever happens, I will hire an artist to produce actual assets and animations properly, so it's not just things sliding across the screen. But I gotta, proof of concept, right? We gotta build a vertical slice to make sure that it actually feels like it'll be interesting to play before we invest any money in it. Plus, if it feels really good and I'm very happy with where we're at in like a month or two, maybe I'll just not look for a new job and do this instead. Which would be fun. Yeah, the only thing that's not like exactly placeholder is the stylistic things here, right? Like these are actually kind of my visions for like the Carnotaurus and Baryonyx design. Like exaggerated horns on the Carno. I really like the idea of a Carnotaurus with feathered arms as like a display, like intimidation thing. Kind of like the prehistoric planet Carnotaurus, except instead of it just being color on the arms, it's just an actual feathered wing that it displays with. And then yeah, the Baryonyx I've given it a speculative, tadpole tail, and then like a feather crest on the head, which I just think looks fun. So these are actual features I would envision the animals having. Like first quadruple A game, no, God no. This will be the first like half of a C game ever. It'll be the first D minus game. Okay, so left press down on the attack. That we can do an enemy HP minus equals 10. So if I do this, now in theory, I can just spam click a button to kill the enemy. Nope, that crashes. Why does this crash? Error in action 1, object attack, variable unknown, object unknown, enemy HP, not set before reading it. Yes. Oh, duh, because this is local. This needs to be... This should work. Object enemy HP dot HP. Yeah. I don't know. What I wrote there was complete gibberish. I don't know how in the world I wrote that and expected that to do anything. There was like no assignment to actually fetch the object. Nice. Okay, but like it's not even a singular press. It's hold down. But it's close. Okay, so left down is not going to work. Mouse left pressed, left released, let's try left released. We might need to add a... No, that kind of works. Okay, yeah, no, that works. Cool. Okay, so that will reduce the HP bar. Okay, so we need to get range next, I think. So I think what we want to do, I think we want to not have these on screen initially. I think this is probably the best way to set this up. So if I can do a script. I think this is the way to do it. Create a script. Is it a script? Is that what I want to do? Hold on. Let's save this project. Let me check. I have my old project has exactly the code I want to do in it. So I'm going to boot up my old project. I'm going to steal the code from there, which is my Alien versus Predator deck builder project I originally was playing with. So if we go to the starting room, this fella right here, script 1. Functions, no. So the script is just functions that are called. How did I set up the room? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, nothing is called automatically in this room. Right, okay. I don't actually have the functionality in the old game that I need here. Okay. Yeah. Load the other one back in. It's mad at me. It may be crashing for some reason. Nope. Maybe. Okay, we're good. Okay. We do a placeholder, an invisible object, maybe? Create object. Layout. So the layout object we can use. So this should be invisible. We shouldn't see anything here. Yeah, it's right there somewhere. Okay, so the invisible object is spawned. And then when the invisible object is spawned, we want some create events. Code. We want to do we want this to create our buttons, but we need to feed the buttons different ranges. So how do we want to do that? That's the question. Shit, what is the thing? There's a thing. Let me look this up. Game maker create object. Creating object in a room with code. Instant create, blah, blah, blah. Instant create layer. Instant create depth. What is the functional difference? Whatever. Okay, so let's just do 0, 0, comma, attack. Is that everything I need to create layer takes less than 4 arguments? What is the fourth argument? Can you tell me? String dot id layer, inconsistent naming. Sorry. XY layer ID and object. Oh, I'm missing the layer ID. What if I just did the depth one? Because I know how depth actually works. Because then I can just do 0. Because I'm not completely sure how the layering system works exactly. I understand conceptually, but I don't understand the finer points of it. So if I do this, this should just create a button randomly. Perfect. And it works and kills the enemy. Perfect. Okay, so okay, next question. How do I feed this information? Var struct. Right. So var struct, this is how I pass variables. I gotta remember how to do this. Let's just look it up. Game maker variable structure. Struct. Variable equals bracket. Okay, let's just copy this. So this. So I want to create a vars like this. We want to do theoretically like a name and a range for now. We don't really care about the rest of it per se. Assignment was expected at this time. Name unset. Why is that one blue and this one is not? What is the difference? We're working on generating different attacks. Name equals test attack 1. Range equals... Let's just give it a 3. Attack. We pass through to this. Vars. Like this. Then we go here. Add event. Create. Code. On creation, I want to print text. So maybe a draw, actually. This might be a draw event. Let's do visual for a second. Maybe I can just do it this way. Draw value, draw transform, set font, get draw font, set text alignment, get text alignment. Draw value? Caption. Maybe not. Shit. What was my debug thing called again? I forgot. Show debug message. Yes, show debug message. Let's make sure the vars are at least being passed first. Oops. How did I do it wrong twice? How did I hit the wrong key both times? Yep. Variable object.var is not set before reading it. Create 0. Error in action number 1 of create event for object 0 attack. Right. Okay, let's try this. We set show debug message range. Does that work? Yes. Oh, the button does not appear. The debug message did work, though. Why did the button not appear? Interesting. I don't know why the button didn't appear. Do I need to draw self? Actually, maybe the draw event was still there. Okay, yeah, there's that. So maybe it wasn't the draw self that mattered there. Okay, yeah, no, it was because I had a draw event, but I had nothing in the draw event, so it was just not drawing itself anymore. I took control away from the program itself. Okay, great. So we save this. I want to get my text generation from my other program, so we're gonna load that back up. Steal more code from myself, from my earlier self. I'm gonna need to reboot this at some point if this gets too sluggish. I'm not sure. Object deck card create image scale. Okay, but how do we get the text? How did I make text appear? I don't remember. Create layer passes the deck list. Yeah, true. Oh, because the button doesn't control the text. It is here. Draw text, XY text. That's it. Right there. Okay. Yes. It's very mad when I switch projects for some reason. So actually, I think. Well, maybe this does work. Let's just try it here. Draw text at its own location. And it should draw the name. Okay. Doesn't seem to do that. But maybe it's buried. So let's do this. 100, 100, and see if it's behind the attack button. I don't see no text there. Hmm. It's because it has to probably be drawn. I actually probably do need the draw cell. Okay. Still no text. Okay. Maybe the problem is name itself. Okay, that doesn't do it. Let's try this in the other spot. So let's just remove this here. We put this in the invisible object. Create that, do this. Maybe I need to initialize the font. That might be a thing. Unless it's under the HP bar. Doubt it would be. Well, let's make sure. Could just be unlucky. I don't think it would be. No. Depth is 0. Doesn't really matter. Okay, back to my other project. Something's missing to get the text working. If I get the text working, then we can just quickly make the rest of the UI, which is what I'm trying to do. I just don't remember. Draw text, X, Y, length. Yeah, this just says draw text. Card name copies, text global card pool. What is different? It could be. Wait. Let's make sure this is a default thing. Sum ftext parser base, ftext parser. No, that's a default thing. Why? Create event, draw event. Okay, it's commented out here. And these are duplicates of each other. Maybe this only worked under draw event. Maybe that's the problem. So we'll put it under a draw event for the invisible object and see if the text shows up that way. This project is an older format. What? That's not true. What? Let's comment this out. We run this. Ta-da! Filler shows up. Okay, great. So I don't really like having that in the other window though. What if I do this? So we know that works. So if we have to fall back to that, we can do that. Draw self doesn't work. Okay. We'll just do it split. That's fine. Whatever. Forget this. Forget this. Add event. Draw. Code. Paste all this back in here. Do not create infinite copies of the button. Actually, I don't know if this is infinite. Hmm. Show debug message. I always forget what it's called. So if we go here, we go to draw, we go show debug message. This is a draw. Then we run this. Okay, yeah, the drawing is recursive. It is continuously drawing. So if we tell it to draw the buttons, it will draw them an infinite amount of times, and that is a problem. The text, maybe that's not a problem. Yeah, it'll be something like that. It'll be not quite like that, because it'll be the distance between the two. So, and there'll be like an out of range where you can retreat to not be in range of the enemy. So it'll be something like if the arena is divided into 6 units of distance. Okay, if you think of it like there's 6 slots that you can be in versus the enemy can be in. So there can be 4 between, and then nobody can attack. One moves in. Maybe I'll draw this in paint. Actually, it's not a bad idea to have this as a little visual thing for when I do start coding the ranges here. So let's do this. Have another window capture. Paint. Right. So the arena, in terms of what is going on behind the scenes, there'll be 3 ranges that you can be in, which will just be these black boxes. And there'll be 3 ranges, 3 ranges the enemy can be in. So if the enemy is here, then you will have access to your range 1, your range 2, and your range 3 attacks. However, yeah, actually, probably need the ranges to overlap more. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do need to change the movement slightly. Because if the enemy's here, then you can only get to here, then you would only have access to your range 3 attacks, and that would be a problem. Yeah, because you need to be able to pen the enemy in. It's a good thing I drew this because I just didn't think about that part of it. You need to be able to move over depending on man. But this here is still correct. This top part is correct. So if both of you are at max range, then nobody can attack because all the attacks are out of range. That is how it should be. For now, I'm going to leave the movement system as is, where they can't cross the midline, because they need to act as the obstacle that they can't move past to the other guy, which is a little more complicated. That'll be something we add on after some other stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't just hard code a midline. The midline has to be progressive depending on the position of the enemy. Okay. Oh, I didn't even show that. Whoops. Here's what I drew. I've been scribbling on the screen and there's nothing to see. Yeah. So if the enemy is here and you are here, you can do your range 1 attacks. If you are this chunk of the arena away, range 2, this chunk of the arena away, range 3, right? Currently it's coded where you can't move past this midline, which means if the enemy retreats all the way to the far side, the only way you can attack is with a range 3 attack from the closest spot you can get to. And that's actually not the intended way this works. So you need to be able to actually move 5/6 of the arena needs to be available to each dinosaur, so that if the enemy retreats to the far side, the enemy can push all the way over to get them. Right. The 5/6 things will fix it so they can't just sit out of bounds, so to speak. Like as it stands, you can't be out of bounds anyway, technically, because a range 3 attack can always hit no matter where they go in the arena from like half of the arena away. But yeah, this needs to be adjusted. There is an error here. Drawing it was useful. We'll fix that after we get the buttons done here. I'm gonna worry about the buttons first, and then we'll make some adjustments because the I have to make it so the limitation is the exposition of the other unit, which is not too hard to do, but it does require a little bit of tuning. So we'll have to make an adjustment. We need to also like actually code in the range system because it currently that's not a thing that exists. There is no actual system for range. Okay. So I don't actually need the vars here because this is under their create event. This should be accessible. So thinking about how to set this up. I guess I would have a struct for each one of them. Okay, I'm probably just gonna have to rewrite this code completely when I actually make the real data structures, but this will be fine. Yeah, we'll just hard code a bunch of shit in here for now, just so that we can get this functioning. And we'll worry about it not being garbage later. So test attack 1, test attack 2, test attack 3, range 3, range 2, range 1. Range 3, create at 0, and what's the room scale here? $768 on height. We were going somewhere around here, 600-ish. So this should be like 600. This should be 600. This should be 600, and then 0, I don't know, 200, 400. Let's see how that looks. Two of them showed up. Why did only two of them show up? Oh, because I wrote 4,000, not 400. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that works. I think I want to move them more central. So let's do plus 100 on each. So 100, 300, 500. Boom, boom, boom. And then each of these works as an attack. Okay. So that generates the buttons, feeds the buttons the parameters, and they do something. And now we want to get the text draws to work. So draw text at 100 by 600 filler. Boom. Filler is underneath. So we do a depth of minus 10, maybe. Does that work? No. Why not? Oh, because I did 6,000 again. God damn it. It's still not there. Okay. I want to get this close enough that I can see it peek out from behind to know that it's generating. There we go. So yeah, filler, the text is going behind the button. Is depth is positive inward, like deeper into the screen? That might be it. Yep, that's it. Okay. So we just set each of these buttons to be at depth 10. Boom, boom, boom. Drawing the text at now 100, 600. Oops. $100, 500. Wait, was it 500? 300, 500. Okay. So text is there. We just need to adjust the positioning. So it should move down. Just move in increments of 20. Oops. That's not the downward part. Actually, let's do this. 620, 630, 640, which looks more centered. None of them. They're way too far. 610. All right, 610's pretty good. And then we want to add like a 10 to this, maybe. All right, range 3, range 2, range 1. Okay. I need a way to tell the range too. Ideally, we would want the buttons to light up, essentially. Let's think about this. So currently the buttons are made on create, which is one time. I think. Let's double check this. Show debug message create. Three, two, one, create. Yeah. Okay. If I set them to draw, let's test putting them in the draw thing, actually. I think this would technically be a memory leak, though, but I want to see what happens if we just put them in here. Yep, it instantly obliterates his HP bar because it's like 7,000 buttons stacked on top of each other. It's exactly as bad as I thought it would be. Good to know that I understood how that worked. So, if I want these to update, how would I set this up? Ideally, it would be the object itself. Actually, I'm kind of curious. If I re-enable this, what happens? Okay, nothing. Let's look this up. Change objects sprite. How to change the sprite of an object. Sprite index equals, if room equals room 1, sprite index equals sprite 1. Object set sprite. That sounds like what we want. So if we do a draw, we do a draw self. This shouldn't have any functional change currently. Correct. Great. Object set. Sprite. Index. Wait. Object set sprite index sprite. So let's set the button to be the HP bar temporarily, not a script. SHP bar. Now we need index. So what is the index? Object set sprite index. Index of the object to change. Okay. Can I do self? Like, it's like self dot index a thing? I don't know if that works. Maybe I can just do self. Air in action, draw event, object set sprite, one incorrect type struct, expecting an object. Okay. Self is just like the variables. Can I literally feed it? If I do that, that's going to change them all if it even works, right? Let's test it. It doesn't do anything, actually. Right, because they're already generated as new objects. All subsequent ones would be generated with the new sprite. I need to change the existing ones. How do I find out what this one is? Sprite index variable. Wait. Ref sprite 0. Okay, so I don't think I need to do this. This is changing future objects, which I don't need to do. We just need to do sprite index equals ref sprite 0. Sprite index equals 1. What happens if I just do this? What does this do? Oh my god, it worked. Okay, why is that? Oh, because the action bar, it's just the ordering, I think, on the side here. So if I do 5, that'll be the HP bar? Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Probably a better way to do that, because this would change as I add sprites. Probably going to leave it alone. We're not going to use it currently anyway. Okay, we need to get range. So we need the player. Let's go to draw. Let's go to show debug message. We want to know our x coordinate. No, we want to know the enemy x coordinates. We do O enemy dot x minus x. Does that work? Should work. If I'm allowed to do that syntax. Looks like it works to me. Interesting. Right, let's look at this again. So at maximum range, this is like 1102, 1102, which is a weird number. Minimum is somewhere just under 500. Nope, even lower than that. 298.75. Weirdly enough. Okay, but that's going to change actually. Hold on. Let's close this. Let's make it so that we can cross over the midpoint. So we need to go to enemy player, or we'll start with the player. So, so this should just be enemy.x instead of 600. Actually, that should be all we need to do, right? Wait, if x is less than 0, if x is greater than 400, wait. Let me think. Because it's going by my tail. I don't want to cross over because that looks weird. We want to pretend the coordinate is at our head. So we do like minus 150 maybe. And then for the enemy, if inner bound or outer bound. Outer bound does not change. Inner bound is now. We can just recalc this here. So this is O dot or O underscore player dot x plus 150. I'm coming for you, Baryonyx. You little shit. You can't escape me. I'll back you into that corner. Rawr. I mean, it's sort of working. You could see him try to move forward, and he can't. So he remains trapped. That's fun. I need to change the pathfinding, though. Because he should be moving backward more often when he's trapped. We don't want him to be explicitly just sitting on me. Yeah, please let me leave very much. Also, you can see the difference in the movement speeds with the Carno being slightly faster as I've coded it, so that's fun. Okay, great. So that mostly works. Let's set the distance between the two sprites to be a little bit further. So this needs to be probably 200. Wait. Wait, if x less than 0.enemy. Wait, why would I do one like that and the other not? Oops. So yeah, actually maybe this was why it was weird, because I never set that up correctly, I don't think. Get I'm coming. Okay. They're still locking at the same distance. So I think I did technically fix a bug, but I actually don't know what the consequence of me fixing the bug was. I guess it was probably that I was stopping and then the baryonyx was able to move closer, maybe. Let's just consolidate this and make it more consistent. 200. Okay, that's pretty good. Visually, we're like right there. Arrgh. Push. Get them back. Okay. Cool. We'll need a knockback mechanic at some point. but that'll be, we'll worry about that much, much, much later because that's not important. I mean, it's important from a gameplay standpoint. It's not important from a functionality standpoint. For now, we can just pin our opponent in the corner, and for first level testing, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I need to, let's get him, let's fix his movement so that he doesn't stay locked on me constantly. So if wait, he can't move past, yeah. So this is the Carnotaurus coordinate. So this is the condition where they're meeting. Oops. So what I want to do, if decision, it's 0.95. We'll put that back to 9.5. That's what that was supposed to be at. I think we do this. So decision 2 is unused, right? That actually didn't matter. So we do this. If this is also his coordinate, then we adjust the chance that he makes the decision to go in the other direction. So if the decision to change direction is 5%, is 95, we just like add, so yeah, we just take whatever, we just do decision plus equals like 0 point. Maybe just make it a coin flip that he moves. We're watching a guy catch fish in order to scrounge enough money to fight a raptor. What? What is this? Plus equals. So I think we just want to make this essentially like a coin flip for him to start moving backwards once he's locked in position, which means we will just want to add like 45 to this, 0.45. Yeah, because then it's a 50. Well, that'll be not. No, yes, because the bottom value now is 0.45. Yeah, that works. So he's doing his erratic back and forth. I mean, he's kind of just staying on us. Right, because if it's 50%, he'll just wiggle. Yeah, no. We want him to have, oh, Monster Hunter, got it. We want him to have more of a chance to go backwards. So we want to add like an extra 25% maybe. So we make this like 0.7 additional. And then he's more likely to go backwards. I also should code him to preferably go forwards initially as well. Like he does. Well, it just comes down to whether or not he changes direction at first, right? Hmm. So far, he's pretty consistently actually walking backwards. Okay, yeah, so he's more likely to walk backwards here, but only for a second. So what I really want to do is add a delay to the decision making. Let's also add a debug message here to make sure this is even working. The way I think it is. Since it isn't equals to, it might actually have some weirdness. Yeah, see, I don't actually think it's working. Okay, so player X position plus 200 versus this X position. If I do 201, actually let's do like 210 and then less than or equal to X. No, wait. Yeah, no, that's wrong. Greater than. No, it starts. Wait, X starts high for the enemy side. So if this is, this needs to be. Wait, how do I do this? uh. Okay, so the baryonyx. Let's pretend the baryonyx is at a coordinate of 1,000. I approach to coordinate 800, which is the end of my movement because of the 200 coordinate differential. So that's like 1,000 and 1,000. And then if I add 10 to the check, I'm now at a higher number. And is that the only time I'm at a higher number? Yes. Okay. So greater than. So it doesn't affect the logic until I'm right on top of them. And then I should see small numbers start to pop up in the debug log as the decision-making logic is adjusted. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it is working. So that works. Like the check is working at least. The decision maybe not as much. Don't know if the or equal to makes much of any difference. Shut off the speed. Reset the speed if it changes direction. If it was going forward, it goes backwards. Otherwise, it goes forwards. Wait, if I... Okay, let's see what happens if I just set this to be, like, really tiny. Oh, he defaults to going backwards. Right, because forwards from his perspective is backwards. Yes. That's why he's always ending up on the far side. Because, yes. Yeah. Because he's flipped. So his forward is my backwards. There. So now he should just basically always approach me. No. Why did that not work? Fuck. Forward is 0. Show debug message. Direction. Yeah, direction is 0 currently. Oh, no. Oh, I think the direction initializes. Okay. Create unit speed direction equals 180. It might just, it initializes at a value of 0. Yep, okay. Fucking simple fix. It's always the simple shit that gets you. Okay. So now he's walking forward by default. Let's make this not hideous. So now we make this 0.95. Now he should systematically move forward more often than he moves backwards. Until I pin him in. Then he will sort of preferentially move backwards. Kinda. Kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta, maybe. That might be good enough for now. I still kind of let's take another look at 99. I think part of the problem too is he's got the movement speed and then the tick speed for him deciding to change directions. Actually, that's pretty good. That's I kind of like that visually. Like it does look like he's making more simulated thoughts without actually simulating any thoughts in his empty little head. Yeah, so this still doesn't work though, because the moment he's anywhere away from me, he just jitters right back to beyond me again. So if I do, let's do like 300. Let's try this, because that'll influence the decision making more. Okay, he's like progressively, he's moving back more. He's still pretty much staying locked to me though. Okay, so let's do it like this. We just hard code it so that once we approach within the distance, he will in fact change direction and move back. Wait, that's him always choosing to change direction. Yeah. Because that then it's just locking him in more. No. Forcing him to make the decision is not it. So what we actually want to do is kind of what we had before. Manipulate the decision partially. Yeah, there'll be like a knockback effect. In addition to the attacks, if you're like right up next to each other, you can push them back. If that's what you mean. But that'll be something we add much later. Okay, so the decision to change direction is not the only thing that goes on here. Yeah, actually, let's do this. Let's set decision specifically to be 0. We'll just hard code this. When they're close, decision is now 0. Direction equals backwards. And now we should just always retreat. And we can make sure the behavior works the way we think it does before we code it to be semi-random. Nope, he's just coming at me now. 180. Oh, this is coded. This variable is down here. Oops. Probably wasn't actually doing anything. Wait, how is that doing anything? Wait, I don't know if that's true. I would have thought that just didn't work. Yeah. I think it's just using from before. If player decision. Okay, maybe I'll just force set this to 0. Okay, it's working. He's running away. And now if I back off, he should approach again eventually. Okay, so this does work. So I don't want him to explicitly run away. I just want him to be more likely to run away. So yeah, we set the direction to 0, but we do still make the decision so that he can choose to not back away. So if we set the decision, we don't want to set it to 0. We want to go back to plus equals. Plus equals 0.49. Just make it a coin flip. Sure. Let's see how that feels. He's escaping. That's not allowed. You can't do that. Wait, what? Where's he going? How have you done this? Okay. He just made a break for it. So why did that this decision this only controls the logic on this? Wait, where's the logic that stops his speed? Here. So somehow this is getting him to skip past the boundary? How? I don't know how that managed to actually do that. Wait, I'm very confused by that actually. I'm sure it'll make sense eventually. Let's set this to 50% forward backwards. No! Stop it! No! You're not allowed to pass me! Stop! Okay, what if I'm not hitting anything? Damn it! How could he escape? Hmm. Okay, I think one thing we should probably just do is set these coordinates to be different. So let's do 210 here. And then here we do Wait, hold on. Okay, this is the Carnotaurus plus Carnotaurus's tail position plus 210. So that is the hard bound. And then the other one, I'm looking at the hard bound being the enemy's X position minus 2. Enemy position minus, so maybe we do minus 210, right? I think that makes sense. Okay, let's see if this just fixes it, just by virtue of the coordinates being completely forbidden in the interchange, or if I might have fucked that up too. Okay, well now he's just running away. Should he just be running away? Did I do that? Did I set him to run away again? I think I might have. Yeah, because the decision here is not this. Okay, mostly approaches. I approach him. How? Oh, wait. The direction is being forced. If x is greater than the outer bound, if x is less than or equal to the inner bound, speed is 0. Speed is not set anywhere else other than, oh, if the decision, oh, the decision is being forced. Oh, yeah, okay, wait. Yes. We do this and we do decision equals 0. That's the bug. That's it. If we're changing the decision, it means he can still decide to move even when he shouldn't be allowed to. This should fix it. Bug fixed. He's still not backing off, like, at all. But that's fine. If we can probably just do this. We just add higher odds of him choosing to back off. And that simulates him making the choice, kinda. Okay, now he's just staying there. Wait. Okay, we... Oh, no, because, yeah, his decision is forced to 0. Shit, wait, this doesn't work. Fuck. If... So he is at the inner bound. His speed is set to 0 specifically if his direction is forward. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. I guess the speed can be put in there too. That should work. Malformed statement. Oh. Okay. Okay, he's always throwing zeros. It does not work. Oh, wait. If direction equals forward, forward is 0. Wait. Direction is 180. Backwards is... Oh, when I flip these around, it's still wrong. Because they were right, it was just not being initialized correctly. Holy shit. Okay. Whew. Bugs on bugs. Fuck. He phased through me again. Um... Fuck, the direction thing has just fucked me up so much. If the direction is 0, so this is setting the direction backwards. This is correct. Okay, hold on. Let's just do this. This should still be, he should be moving away as soon as I get close, even if with the bug. No. Why? Wait, is this... Dude, I'm so confused by the directionality. I've completely... Yeah, okay, now he's retreating. Wait, what the fuck? 180, he falls back. So forward is 0. Backwards is 180. On initialization, why do I initialize him at 180 then? What? Wait, speed equals unit speed. Why does initializing him at 180 work? Or does it not matter? Wait, did the initialization direction actually stem from... No! Wait, what the fuck? I don't understand. He's initialized at a direction vector of 180. Forward is 0. Backwards is 180. So he's initialized, theoretically, going backwards. But he goes forwards. Why? Oh my god. Okay. I've lost the plot. I don't even know currently what he does. Okay, I think this works. He's choosing to move backwards more than he isn't. Well, now he's just fucking sitting there. So now his decision making is stuck at 0. Why is his decision making stuck at 0? Fuck. If direction equals, if x, inner bound or x is greater than outer bound, fuck. If direction, okay. I see the flaw in the logic. He reached the border, he got trapped. If this and this now run. Okay, he favors moving forward until we get close, and now he's uncertain. Okay, now he favors moving away. And then I back the fuck. Okay, he was really close to escaping there. I need to test that he actually can't leave the map. Shit! So I can chase him straight out of the arena. Why is that? Oh, yes, okay. This actually should be, yeah, this should actually be here. This shouldn't be in the if statement because I updated the if statement to only apply to the inner bound, which means he can still move past the outer bound. This time we got it for real. Nope. He can still leave. Why can he leave? Don't leave the map, you fucking nerd. If x is greater than or equal to outer bound, he should stop moving. Why? What is... Let's... Shit. Okay, let's kill some of these debug messages. So debug message. Show the X coordinate. Why can he leave the map? I just underestimated his position. And I can leave the map if he leaves the map. Maybe this is the problem. Setting the speed here might be a bad form. We set the speed here. Because the speed value is technically being reset. Nope. He's still going. He's still out of there. He fucking I'm leaving too. Fuck this shit. I think that's still technically better to generate that value there. Outer bound is hard coded. If x is greater than or equal to outer bound, this is happening. Speed should be being set to 0. But he still moves. If decision, speed equals unit speed. Ah, yes, because I'm giving him increased odds of moving away, which is resetting the speed here. So I think if we do this, we take this statement, we bracket this inside of that statement, just add another check there, that should get past it. Because we're setting speed in too many different places. He's still fucking leaving. How is he still fucking leaving? Oh, wait a second. Oh yeah, no, because this is wrong. These need to be inverted. Or we do, hold on, no. Leave this be like this. No, yeah, change those. Does that work? He's still, wait. He's able to leave still. Why? Fuck me. Why? Why is he able to leave the map? The outer bound is hard coded at 1100. How does he sneak past it? If x is greater than or equal to outer bound, speed is set to 0. If decision is this, speed is reset in here. if he's in between inner bound and outer bound, if x is less than the outer bound. I don't know how I broke this. Let's see what happens here now. He should, yeah. Okay, so we do butt heads. He can't move forward through me. So that's correct. That's resolved. He can't pass through me, but he can leave the map walking backwards. How? How can he do this? How is this possible? Let's start at the beginning. Let's go through the logic. He makes the decision. We define what forward and backward are. If we're nearby, we redo the decision, making it more likely that he moves backwards, setting the direction specifically to be backwards here. Okay, it doesn't matter. Well, let's set this to be backward, whatever. I don't like having that one number hard coded because then I feel like I'm confusing things. Okay, yeah, we're forcing them backwards. The inner bound is defined as wherever we are, plus a differential to keep us from crossing over. The outer bound is hard coded at the edge of the screen at 1100 pixels. Wait, hold on. Is this not working? No, it is. Okay. So if his coordinate is equal to or inward of the inner bound, his speed is forced to 0. Same if it is above or equal to the outer bound. If his direction is forward and is it because his direction is forward and x is less than or equal to the inner bound, his decision becomes 0. I mean, this logic here works as a safety stop. I can just dupe this line of code. If his direction is now backward and x is greater than or equal to outer bound, decision equals 0. Now what happens? I don't know how I broke the movement, but if I can just force another fix into the code, then maybe I don't care how I broke the movement. Programming 101. Do you not understand why it's bugged? Add another bit of code to make it do the opposite of what it's doing. And it's just like that. It fucking works. I don't understand how I broke it, but I know how I fixed it. Okay, sure, man. So it's the decision making that's the problem. Let's try and understand why this glitched. So he's made the decision to like change directions. But X is still The direction changes. He goes back through the loop. If x is greater than inner bound or x is less than outer bound. Like, the only way he should be able to have a non-zero speed is if he's in a valid coordinate. How is he getting a non-zero speed outside of a valid coordinate? I don't understand. It's definitely... Why do I not see the bug? I'm, yep. Well, whatever. It fucking works. I'm not gonna dwell on it anymore. I just gotta let this go. I gotta just move on with my life. Okay, so back to what we were doing. We were working on ranges, right? Okay, actually, hold on. Let me turn off the bug check statement. Show debug message. Kill this. Player. Draw. Show debug message 0 enemy dot x minus x. Okay, I need to turn off another bug check in the enemy. He is still doing something else here. Where's the other bug check? It's his direction that's being displayed. Decision. Show debug decision. Is that not it? Oh, is it under me? Maybe it's the player's direction that's showing. Create. Key press. Show debug message X. That shouldn't be. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not moving. No, I still see a 180 every tick. No, it's the baryonyx's direction because it goes to 0 when he's going backwards. Where is this coming from? Decision, forward, backwards. Oh, player decision direction. Show debug message, crossed out. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. All right. So now we only see the ranges. So we initialize at a range of 900 roughly. We can back up. So maximum close range is like 200. 264 is as close as we can get. So close range will be like probably sub 400. Long range would be like $200. Distance 300. So close range. I don't know why he's not moving anymore. Medium range. And then long range 600-ish. Up to 600. Okay, he's definitely stuck. Fuck me. Okay, maybe this check is unneeded. This check, yeah, this is definitely glitching it. Yeah, because he can't reset his speed if he's not at a valid coordinate. Hold on, let's pin him against the wall again. Okay, he should be at max. He's still not moving. Right, because his decision is forced to 0. Oh, yeah, I'll check out the Dinosaur trailer at some point later. Yeah, tonight after stream or whatever. Um, okay, so he can't currently escape the outer boundary. So he reaches the outer boundary. His speed is set to 0. Shit. God damn it. How do I fix this without allowing him to escape again? So, once he hits the outer bound, if direction is backwards and x is greater than outer bound, decision equals 0. But I should have decision equals 1? So that he moves inward? He decides deliberately to change direction? Does that work? Wait. Okay. Now we can leave the map again. Fuck me. Does it matter where the speed goes in this? If I have the speed after the direction change, does that have an effect on anything? How I don't know. I don't even know why this is an issue, to be honest. I almost feel like I should just delete the entire block of code and rewrite it because I don't know. But I feel like I'm just gonna write it the same way. This is very much just an issue. I'm just not seeing something. I'm just not seeing where the problem is. All right. So this would say he's going backwards. Decision would be 0. If direction backwards becomes forwards. Direction is 0. Show debug message direction. Let's look at this again. 180. So he moves 0 when he's moving backwards. Wait, this is wrong again. Why is this wrong? I don't... What the fuck? Direction is a direct internal variable. Why are my directionalities so fucked? I don't know why these seem to be... I'm definitely, like, losing my mind. 180. He's approaching me with a direction of 180. 0 is moving away. Wait, so... Okay. If player... dot x, if this coordinate here plus 300 is larger than his coordinate, direction is now set to backwards and the decision changes. Yeah, so now he's going to phase through me again. Okay, I am so fucking getting lost on this, and I don't know why. I'm missing something fundamental here, which is completely throwing my understanding of the situation off. Now he's throwing zeros. So the direction is being shown as 0 here. Okay. So why does his movement not update? If he's moving 180, why is he not moving 0? What? Okay, he's throwing 180s now. Now he's throwing zeros. Wait, now it's working. The fuck? Okay, and now he's sneaking through. Now he's throwing 180s and zeros. Okay, so he's sneaking through because he's getting 180s from somewhere. Okay, we're closer to figuring this out. So he's picking up additional orders to go forward, which is coming from like here. Because he's right, the decision. Okay, well, I think I can see where this is happening. So we're essentially mostly forcing the decision to change direction, and then we're forcing the direction, which doesn't. This is dumb. Right, and we forced the direction because the direction was wrong originally, right? So if I just do this, this just works, right? Okay, so it was my bug fix for my bug fix that caused the bug that made me need a different bug fix, essentially. I mean, he still isn't like retreating, but he isn't phasing through me. Okay, so what if I just make this a 1? Will he then retreat if I just make this a 1? Because then he has an order. He is always ordered to change direction. Oh, but then he's flipping back and forth. Right. I see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now I'm telling him you need to make the decision to go the other direction. Let's think about this again. He decides what direction to go. If he's close to me, I tell him, you need to change your direction. You got too close, you need to back off. If he gets to his boundaries, his speed is set to 0. If he is moving backwards or forwards and he's at a boundary, I think now we do want these set to 1. We do want him to change. Well, that won't matter here. Oh no, it will matter here because that is overruling the other change. Okay, it still doesn't matter. Wait, why doesn't this matter? Because speed is set to 0. Was moving this down here bad? I don't think so. Also, wait, I'm missing like the last bracket. Oh, wait, is this malformed? Hold on. Wait. The last bracket's like, oh no, there it is. It was down here. It was hiding off screen. Never mind. It's not malformed. Yeah, I would assume if it was malformed, it just wouldn't run. Yeah, so right now he's flipping between decisions to move forward and backwards. Willy-nilly. Actually, he is wiggling. He's moving. Wait, okay. Let me think about this. What if we do this? Speed goes inside this. Speed to 0. Change direction. I mean, that's identical. No, this is working perfect. This is just coded. Yeah, because he should be flip flopping consistently with the way this is written. I've just written this poorly. Yeah, hard coding this to actually explicitly move forward is a problem. Yeah, see now he's wiggling. Yeah, okay, I understand. I so this is the bugs are ironed out. Now it's just that my logic for him changing directions is bad. So now it's just a logic issue, which is great. Um Okay, here's what we might do. Let's take this. So if the player is nearby, let's not change the logic of the normal decision. We'll add a new decision. If deck 2 less than 0.5, change direction. This still might not work because of the other hard-coded decisions in the logic. Okay, well now he's running. And he's pinned. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. So we'll adjust the logic with which he bobbles to make him... Okay, he's just always retreating until he gets pinned in. And then when he's pinned in, he's doing random shit. So why does he always retreat? When he's near. So min distance, well, maybe it's just his min distance is different. Yeah, that might be it, actually. This might be fine. Actually, yeah, I think this logic works. It really doesn't want to approach me, though. Well, maybe that's just this is a little too sensitive. Let's make this 200. Spending a lot of time retreating. Never reaching close range. Inner bound, player coordinate plus 210, decision 1, speed 0. Let's put this back on 95. Now he's just more likely to change directions. Huh. 0 to 1. Wait, if direction equals forward and x is less than or equal to inner bound, backwards x is greater than or equal to outer bound. No, that's fine. 99 was better. I think we should just give him a prerogative to move forward at long range. I think that's probably the best thing to do. What other error messages am I spitting? Well, not error messages, but debug messages. There's still a directionality thing here. Yeah, this one. Let's print his X real quick. Okay, let's clone this statement. Right, and we just invert this. So if he is so player coordinate plus something versus his coordinate. So if I make this bigger, then his x is greater. Yes. So let's make this like 500. 400. Wait, okay, hold on. Yes, if x is greater than 400, he should have some additional chance to close. And then if it's sub the 200, I don't even think this actually does anything, actually. Yeah, so 300, he tries to back off. He's more likely to try to back off. Let's make this actually like 400. Let's do... Yeah. Make this 500. Let's try this. So we should be getting an extra 25 incentive to move closer. It's not really working right now, I guess. Okay, let's bump it up. So now it should be an even stronger push to move him forward. I mean, it's not saying he can't move backwards. Okay, well, let's shut off the code that makes him move away from me. Like the extra incentive to move away. He will still change directions 5% of the time. Okay. Yeah, something isn't quite working here with this. Why is that? So if his position, oh, this is inverted. I was telling him to move away. I think that's pretty good. He's kind of bobbling around in different directions. Now, if I chase him, he should be more incentivized to retreat, but not always. Yeah, you could see him hesitating. Okay, and he can't escape. He can't go through me. He can't leave the map. Okay, movement sorted. We did it. Okay, great. Cool. That's actually more involved movement than I was planning for today anyway. It just sucks that I sat here and had stared for an extra hour in confusion. But we got there. We got it to be something. So now the thing I was doing started an hour ago to do the range stuff. So the player we're getting the debug. Oh yeah, let's shut off the debug message. Hold on. Shut off this. Okay. Yeah, it's finally moving correctly. It can escape. It preferentially moves towards me at long range and away from me at close range. It's got all the basic movement AI shit I wanted done in the movement. And then later we'll weight it by its attacks. So if it has like a lot of long range attacks, it'll try to keep distance. But that's a future iteration. That's past the initial thing. Okay, so now we have our attacks here, right? So on creation, it shows the sprite index. Let's do one of these real quick. So right now it's showing me the range value for everything. That's fine. Let's just suppress this. This doesn't matter. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is to get the attacks to change icon type when they're in the appropriate range. So we want to show debug message. Let's throw range in here and make sure this is working. We should just see, okay, yeah, a bunch of 1, 2, 3 error, or not errors, but debug messages are thrown up on the screen. For me, they're buried behind the game interface on the screen there. So that works. So whatever any given button's range value is, we now know. Let's go to here. Let's steal the... No, that's the enemy. Let's go to my character and steal the debug message code. So the enemy position minus this one's coordinate. So for the attack button, that has to be 0 enemy, or O enemy, O player. This is our distance value. So our current dist is this value. Okay. So the distance parameters are, so 600, 500, and 400 are the cutoff thresholds. So 600 to 500, 500 to 400 and 400 and lower. So if disto is below 400, that was Python code there, not GameMaker code. If distance is below 400, yeah, no problem, Professor Rugops. Thanks for sticking around as long as you did to just listen to me yell at a baryonyx for moving in the wrong direction. Yeah, we'll be doing. I'm gonna try and do these every week, maybe not on the same day, just so I can keep making progress at things here, at least for like a few months or something. Um, we'll see. I am probably gonna end stream in about 20 minutes anyway, because we're coming up on 4 hours, which is kind of my goal here. So definitely not a bad time to leave. I think I'm probably just gonna get the color coding here to work on the buttons and then call it a day. And we'll pick up here probably next stream. So okay, so distance 400 corresponds to minimum range. So if the range value is 1, then we want to draw, change the sprite index. So we just grab this and we just chuck this in here. Boom. So that should be the syntax to change the sprite. This won't change it back, though. So I think if we just do, if I do this, sprite index, oops, mangled that, index equals 543210. Sprite index, so we set sprite index to 0, which is what this defaults as, the red bar. And then if the range is correct, we change it to the green bar, and then we draw it. That should work. So if range is 2, if range is 3. So then distance less than 400, less than 500, and dist greater than 400. Greater than or equal to 400, I guess. And then if dist greater than or equal to 500 just altogether, range 3. No, because range 3 has a max upper limit. Just kidding. So if it's below 600, it should work. Well, it crashes. The syntax works. Error in action number, draw event, variable unknown object dot dist not set before reading. Okay. Dist. Oops. I used the wrong variable name. Okay, yeah, we did disto for distance. Now maybe it'll work. Oh my god! Look at the ranges! Fuck yeah! That's sick. Okay. Great. Well, that was easy. Let's play with the UI some more. So we started doing the text for the attacks. I want to. Okay. We'll want to make this an actual number that scales to the bar. It's too deep. 50. 50 is not far enough. 75. Okay, HP there. Well, 50 is too far. That's not far enough. That's still too far as well. I probably should consider scaling out the UI more. Yeah, whatever. Okay, HP bars. Okay, there's the name tags. Lurk's name tag was probably not. Okay. Name tags, HP, ranges. I need to dynamically update this. If can I just do plus? Let's look up. You know what? Let's just open up my other project. Boom, because I know I have it in the other project. How to add numbers to text, like dynamically from code, not hard coded numbers. We have 7 to 15 minutes left in the stream, depending on how long I want to go. Deck list events text equals. Okay, yeah. So we do this thing where we define the text like this, and then we send it. Got it. Copying recent projects back to Dino Rancher, which is not the real name of the game. I just don't have a name yet. Currently deciding if it wants to die. I don't know why it says this is an older version. That's so weird. Well, whatever. Okay, HP plus string of HP. Oh, right. This has to be, yeah. The hint was correct. Oh, player. Wait, oh, player. It'd be like dot HP. I don't think that will work as it stands, actually. Because the HP value is tied to the particular exact object. Oh, but the object is... No, these aren't duplicated objects. This should work. Hold on. Maybe? No. OPlayer.hp, draw event variable unknown.hp. Oh, because it's in the HP bar. That's actually probably fine. That can probably just stay there. No player HP dot HP. Probably not the best way to do that, but whatever. I should have realized that when stuff came out. Okay, there we go. And now we should have actual updating damage numbers in theory for the berry HP here. No, it still is just dot HP, max HP. Oh, it's player. Whoops, this should be enemy. Yeah. It's showing my HP. Huh, dip numbers dynamically update. Nice. Okay, so that's working. Cool. Uh, wait, what? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah. Okay, yeah, now he's too far down. Fair. Okay, he can be slightly further back than the berry. That's whatever. It doesn't matter. All right, maybe we end it right about here. Let me think. Is there anything else I want to add to this right now? Attack ranges work. We could work on the other buttons. Yeah, so if we go to, let's do that actually. That's quick. Layout, draw text, create. So we're creating 3 of these. Show debug message, create can go away. There should be 9 of these. So we do another set right under the other set. These go in at like 800, 700, probably 700. $700 is too far. 650. And then this set goes in at 700. And then text. $660, $660, $660, $710, $710, $710. All 9 attack buttons. Great. One other thing we could do here is we could add in the real attack names. So I don't actually know if I have them all. I don't remember if I specifically... Yeah, it's not in my little spreadsheet, I don't think, actually. Okay, let's leave it here then, because I need to go find the other notes I wrote, the handwritten notes. My spreadsheet doesn't have my attack names. So we'll leave it like that. Next time we'll start working on actual damage numbers and attacks. So I think, yeah, that'll be the goal. Let's look at this again. Let's just go in game. So this is the end state of the game after stream 1, right? We've got ranges coded in, enemy movement, player movement, HP with hard-coded values with no win-loss condition, so they can just go negative. We also, the ranges are coded to be red, but they don't prevent you from hitting buttons. So we need to do that. So we need to actually finish implementing HP and attack ranges. Then we implement attack effects, starting with just like damage, accuracy, and a that simple POW animation as the placeholder, like attack animation, just to know that animations are working. So yeah, we get all that done. Yeah, and that's kind of the core, right? So once the attacks are at least partially coded, then we can work on finishing up coding in like status effects and stuff. We can also work on coding in real stats. So like the individual dinosaur statistics and the damage calcs instead of it being hard-coded damage values. So that might be 2 streams. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. This honestly probably more progress than I actually expected to make. Simultaneously, I made less progress, if that makes sense. Like the outcome here, this does more than I expected to do, and it took less to do it than I expected, right? I expected to need more code to do this, so I've simultaneously made more and less progress than I expected to, because I wrote out less actual code than I expected to write out in 4 hours, but I've actually done more of the game than I expected to do in 4 hours. So that's kind of interesting. Uh, yeah, I had fun with that actually too. I enjoyed streaming this. I wasn't sure how I would feel about streaming this because it feels a little weird, like streaming programming, but